Hi there, this is PJ. I'm a game designer, and today we're gonna react to the gameplay trailer for the Little Big Adventure TWINSEN'S Quest. This is a very big throwback from the old times. It is actually a remake of a very old game from PC, but I never had the game. I actually played at my cousin's house, and he was a very big fan of this franchise. And I remember it being very daring for the time. It tried to bring some new things and some new concepts in the game, something that we were not used to see, and they tried to do something big with this. And I haven't heard or seen anything about this remake. I actually haven't heard or seen anything about this franchise since that time. So this is all gonna be new. This is a remake. I'm not sure if they are going to bring something new gameplay wise, but either way, we're gonna analyze this. So yeah, let's begin.
Peggy 7.
You fell right into my trap. It was too easy. How naive.
Twinsen, they let you go?
No, I broke out.
I like the aesthetic.
Quick!
Follow us. Luna!
I have to get home. Quick. To Citadel Island. My name is Twinsen. Does that sound familiar to you?
I can't believe it! You left Citadel after all! We'll find Luna.
Fun Frock. Where is my sister?
Okay. That was it for the trailer. It is actually very short, but I really liked what I saw. Either way, let's begin the analysis. All right. First of all, I want to talk about a big thing that is going on in this trailer, and it is a tool that, when used right, can be used to uh, make your design work even better to your audience, which is nostalgia. We've talked about nostalgia before when we were watching the trailer for Metal Slug Tactics, if I'm not mistaken. And they are using nostalgia here too. It is a great tool, and you can see it in everywhere in this design. Because if you were a player of TWINSEN'S Odyssey or TWINSEN'S, I don't remember actually the name of the other games, but the TWINSEN'S Saga. If you were a player of the TWINSEN'S Saga, you will recognize this immediately. And although new players might find the the static of the game and even some gameplay elements a bit clunky or weird, or the graphics are not what they were expecting, but this is they are probably not their target audience. This is truly focused for those that are familiar to the Twinsen saga from a long time ago. In the first shot, you can already see what I'm talking about here. So look at the eyes with low polygons, and the way that the hand is shaped something like this, or like that, but more like this. And the hair, the the rim, is this the rim? I don't remember that part of his dress. And the shoes, this is very low poly. This is the term that we use when we want to call something with very low polygons in their models. And this being low poly makes you remember what Twinsen was in the time, and actually this is a good adaptation, because at the time, of course, the graphics were much worse, and much inferior, I would say. They were much inferior than with what we're seeing here with curves. You can see curves in his head and, you know, in this lasso. This is the first scene that we see of purely gameplay. You know, this is not a cinematic, not a cutscene. So this is you having control of the character for the first time. Well, not exactly in control, as we're gonna see soon enough, but I want to point out some things first. First of all, look at how they are diagonally in this line. You know, they are positioned diagonally. This is once again another callback for the game, because this is an isometric view of the game, you know, and isometric was very used in the time, and Twinsen Odyssey, as I remember, it is also isometric. So they are doing as much as they can to be closer to the original. But what I want to tell about this scene actually is about this. You see, they are giving dialogue to those characters to see how they communicate, and this is a dialogue window, of course. But what this explains to me, it is that although we will hear voices in this game, don't expect to hear them all the time. So we are gonna have some scenes, probably just the cinematics, I believe, or some special cut scenes where you will hear what the characters are saying. But I don't think, based on this trailer, that we are going to listen a lot. There will be a lot of text, and you have to read a lot to follow up the story. There's probably even books and other types of items where the story might be contained. And if you want the lore and more knowledge about what is going on, you might need to look after those items. In this next scene, we see a puzzle, which is another strong suit of the Twinsen saga. You had a lot of puzzles to solve, and I don't know exactly how this works from this trailer, but we see a platform moving and a door that opens, so there's probably some connection there. And once again, isometric, everything is in diagonals, you know, so you can navigate using those diagonals. So this scene shows us a bit of the movement of the game, and we can see it is not 8 directions, or it is omnidirectional. You know, you just very common to use nowadays, where you move the analog, and the position where you are pointing the analog, your character rotates. But actually, it seems like that there might be some kind of rotation control. I'm not sure. The way that they move might be using the analog, but it could also be using a rotation mechanic. You know, just pressing right makes you rotate to the right, left rotate to the left. More similar to how some racing games work. And this is a big issue that we had in a lot of games in the beginning of the 3D era, you know, including Twinsen's Odyssey and the Twinsen saga. They were still figuring out how to make movement feel good in games that use 3D spaces, because it was completely new at the time. Nobody knew how to do 3D movement in a good way, in the way that felt good, you know. So they were trying all kinds of things. And in Twinsen's, I specifically remember having a bad time, you know, trying to control the direction where you go and all that. But it is good to see that they are improving where it needs to be improved, but trying to maintain the old feeling of the old games. So this scene shows something interesting that I noticed in the trailer. Look how the camera moves right here. You see that? You see that the way that there is a delay, and then the camera follows. This is not new, of course. This is something that is done in a lot of games, especially those where your character can be closer to an area where you are not supposed to explore. Like this, you know, the character begins in this area, and there you have this whole area here in the screen where you're not supposed to go, I believe. So you need to make the camera off center of the character, or it would feel weird. It would feel like, you know, if the camera was centered here, you would see a lot more of this area, and you would think, oh, so maybe I can go here. You know, it is very subconscious. It is very subconscious, but you might feel, oh, I might be able to go here. I might be able to enter this boat and explore. But by positioning the camera in the different place and having the character move this way, makes you believe that, oh, I need to follow this path. I need to follow this way. This is the way to go. And also, this camera movement. It is something that was not done the other games. You know, this is new, and in the other games, what they had was camera transitions. So the camera was stationary, and once your character moved away to another area, then the camera changed to another camera, focusing on the other part of the scenery and of the level. This is done a lot in TWINSEN'S Odyssey, and I don't remember seeing camera like this, you know, a moving camera that follows your character. So this is done still to try and portray what we had in the other games. I like this. And right away we get this footage of him using one of the most classic items in the TWINSEN'S saga, his ball. It is a ball that he uses to attack the enemies, and I don't remember if it is just for stun or to defeating enemies, but I remember that you could use the ball to hit the enemies. And I want to point out two different things. First of all, the level design. You can see the paths, different paths that you can explore. So a lot of stairs showing very clearly where you can go with this character. And I don't remember the world of TWINSEN'S saga being this different leveled. I might be wrong because I really don't remember. But I wanted to point out this. And the second thing that I wanted to say about this ball is that they are bringing, you could see a little bit here, but here we have a clearer shot. Oh, there is a dodge. I just realized this. You have a dodge command or something like that, a roll command. I don't remember if there was something like this. So good to see, good to see. And then we get this. There is an arc. You can see the arc of the ball when you throw. I don't think there was an arc for the older games, you know. So this is, if this is new, this is a quality improvement. This is a quality of life upgrade to the older ones. It is still limiting because you are still in a 3D environment where you can only see from a fixed point of view, but this will clearly help in the throwing mechanic of this game. And here we have a first glimpse of the HUD of the UI of the game, and he's doing dishes, or maybe he's cooking. I believe he's cooking, but and I don't remember if there is cooking in the older games, but we see he does something and he regains health. So he has a health bar, and those 4-leaf clovers might be some resource for maybe some abilities that you can do, some special moves. If you remember the old games and you know what this is, please leave in the comments. I really don't know what they are about. But yeah, we can see there is some kind of way for you to regaining health, and I don't know if this is old or new mechanics, but it is good to see. It is good to see. We also get this footage where he is riding a dragon, and you can see that this is something that might occur somewhat regularly, because we see right after this that he also drives a cart or something similar to a cart. So you might be expecting to control different types of rides or something like that, and with different mechanics. This reminds me a lot of those older Nintendo games where there are a lot of different and fun mechanics and ways to engage with different levels. So this might be a thing. Maybe different levels require you to explore with different mechanics using different rides and different creatures to achieve those mechanics. Then we have this scene here with him stealthing. He's trying to, get inside this door. And then it clicked, it reminded me of one of the most different type of mechanics that we had in the Twinsen saga, which was the moods. You could select the mood of the character in a menu, and this mood set up what kind of actions Twinsen could do. So you could have an angry mood, and in the angry mood, you were not fast, but you were ready to attack. This is the action that you selected to punch enemies and attack physically. And then you had the I think it is fearful or stealthy, where he would move very slowly, and this would not trigger the enemies to see him. And there was also somewhat of a joyful or sport type of mood where he was just very hyped and very euphoric, and he would just run when you moved. So different moods use different mechanics, and we don't see anything similar to this in this trailer. There is this action of stealthing here. So you could pass through those walls, duck down and get inside those smaller areas. So maybe they try to incorporate those mechanics in a different way, or maybe they are back and they just did not show us the menu and how you would select those moods. Who knows? But it is good to see that some mechanics are still coming back, and you can see them in the game. So that's it for this trailer. I was really surprised. I really was. I was not expecting to have so much to say about this game. I thought we were just gonna watch the trailer and maybe I could point out some different things here and there about development. But I'm surprised that I could remember a couple of things about the original games and make a comparison to the new ones, and explore more of how they are approaching this game as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying what I'm bringing here. I am having a blast being able to touch those new games and react to them with you. If you have suggestions of any trailers of games that you want me to react to, just leave them in the comment and I might see them. And also, if you are a fan of these old series, the Little Big Adventure saga, just leave them in the comments as well, and you might point out where I was wrong in this analysis. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.